And our first item on the agenda is our call to order. Oh, that's later. Okay. Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, now will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Mayor Cindy Simpson.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Brett McWhorter.
Here.
Trustee Andreas Esparza.
Here.
Trustee Daniel Hennett.
Here.
Trustee Max Lovett.
Here.
Trustee Ed Helen. Trustee Corey Jabor.
Trustee Ed Helen may be late. Trustee Ed Helen is going to be late.
Oh, it's going to be late. Okay.
So we'll know the time that he enters the meeting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. I would entertain a motion in a second.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right. So we're going to go into audience business, and I have a little blurb I need to read. Senate Bill 24-131 prohibits firearms in public buildings with the exception of law enforcement. All people wishing to address the board shall do so from the podium provided in the boardroom, and all comments will be directed to the board. Public comments regarding items not on the agenda shall be limited to 5 minutes per person, unless it's part of a formal presentation. And then public comments regarding public hearing items on the agenda will be limited to 3 minutes per person, and we'll do those comments at the time the item comes up on the agenda. Special presentations of items not on the agenda shall be limited to 5 minutes. The board will appoint a timekeeper. All people from the podium shall clearly and audibly state their name, physical address, and the town business topic they wish to speak about prior to speaking. No person shall be allowed to speak until recognized by the mayor, and requests to the board to accept written information shall be accepted at that time, although no action will be taken at the meeting. We cannot act on things that are not on the agenda. Written information accepted at the meeting shall be provided in the board packet for the next meeting if necessary. So, the two people I have signed up are Mark Worth. Actually, that's the first person. We'll get to Carrie in a minute.
I brought these along, so I have to hold it and be able to speak a little bit more clearly, hopefully. I have a suspicion that somehow my communication is not getting through. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and respected trustees. My name is Mark Worth. My wife and I live at 10750 Road 43 in the Mancos Valley. My wife and I own the land that the town uses for diversion from the West Mancos River. The town uses our land for 2 settling ponds, and we think that you intend to dig a half-mile trench across our property to replace the Mancos raw water pipeline. Employees from the town travel up our 1/2 mile onto our property to check the town's diversion. I'm confused as to why you think the town should use our property without compensation. In 1960, the Mancos Town Trustees clearly intended to compensate the landowners for the use of their land. Those trustees promised 2 raw water taps and the town's unused water from the West Mancos River. Clearly, the idea in 1960 was to compensate the landowner for the use of the land. I don't understand why you think it's okay to use the land without compensation, or even why you would want to use the land without some kind of compensation. Using our land is taking the land. The government should not be taking private land without compensation. You are clearly in breach of that 1960 easement, Shepherd Agreement. You're in breach of the intent of it, as well as the letter of the Shepherd Agreement. We have a paragraph here that says, Shepherd shall have the right to install and receive water from the town to taps from the main flow line of the town. The taps shall be installed by the town, but all pipe and material shall be furnished by Shepherd, and the installation of any pipe other than the tap shall be at the sole risk, cost, and expense of Shepherd. The tap or taps shall not exceed the size permitted to the town users of water within the city. So that's a 3/4 inch tap. It goes on to say, any water which the town has or obtains by or through the Memphis River, not needed by the town, may at such times, when not so needed by the town, be used by Shepherd on the lands owned by Shepherd and adjoining land upon which the easement is granted, or in the near proximity. Here we see two taps that are on property that was the Shepherd property, currently owned by the broker, B&B Ranches, I believe. You see a new tap here inside a plastic pipe, and right behind it you can see this old tap. That old tap went into this pipeline here. You can see where I dug that tap out and show it going into that pipeline. That is this old steel pipeline. That pipeline was replaced by the town with this bright blue pipeline. This tap here is active in the blue casing. The one in the steel casing went into a pipeline that has been abandoned by the town and is dry. The unused portion, or unused water, used to come out through a culvert here. And you can see the scale here. These links are showing you that this is a 36-inch culvert or larger. Perhaps 40 inches, perhaps 48, I didn't measure. You can see water pouring out onto this 4-inch gravel that's been placed around the bottom of it to prevent erosion. And that successfully prevented erosion for 50 years. Water came out of here, and you can tell that water came out of here because the water records that the state holds on the town's use of water through from 1960 on show more than the water that is capable of fitting in your water treatment plant. It would not have physically fit through your water treatment plant. I'm asking you to work with me here. Is that the end of my time?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd be happy to work with you to solve this problem.
And, let the record show that Ed Helm has arrived.
Quite late. I
A
apologize.
little bit late.
Passionate
All right. And the time is now 6:09. Carrie Summers, you're next.
Hi, I'm Carrie Summers. I live at 38790 Road K4 in Mancos. And I own the whole, which is 115 and 119 West Grand. I am a real estate agent. I've owned it for many years. I'm trying to sell it. And the problem is I pay for 2 commercial water taps that I cannot use. I've asked the town, and they were supposed to get installed last fall. So, I mean, I keep paying the 2, for both of them, it's $260 a month, but for water that I don't pay for. So that's one thing, and I'm trying, I mean, that's a big headache for people to want to build. They're like, how do we get the water? So that's one item. The other item is being a real estate agent and showing different properties throughout Mancos. If you drive through the alleys of Mancos, it's hideous. People are encroaching on the alleys with their cars. So if an emergency vehicle had to access a home through the alleys for a fire or an ambulance, the town could be liable. I mean, that's just a horrible thing, but I would just suggest all of you to take some strolls on all the alleys, the one behind Sunset, between Sunset and the new storage units that are going into town. I also own the property that's just north of there, and I mean, that's one for you guys to just look at. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, next item on the agenda is the Montezuma County Commission update. I do not see Gerald, so we will move on to the next item, announcements.
I do have several candidates. I'm sorry?
The one you want me to make.
Okay. Why don't you do yours first?
So, I think the board, we talked about it a little bit when we started the fitness program for the employees. Our first goal, Kyle won the first challenge. That was walk to Disneyland. And then the second challenge, Mike Higgs has just done that. We're going into branching into 3 different challenges for June, trying to keep staff motivated, and physical fitness that then goes into mental health, so that way we have a better service to our citizens and a happier workforce. So we'll see. We're still working the program and go from there. So
Cool.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's neat.
And then I want to remind you all that the CML Spring Outreach is May 28th at 5 p.m. I have heard from several of you. I need to know if anybody needs to spend the night. We will be getting out of there after dark.
And where is there?
Pagosa. So if anybody would like to spend the night, please let me know so I can make some lodging arrangements for you. Town cleanup is Friday and Saturday this week. Friday at 8 a.m. opens up. Yard waste drop-off is available on Saturday. Both of these are open to town citizens only. Our auditor was here this week. We'll be finishing that up tomorrow, so you will see the audit at the end of May or beginning of June. We'll come and be presenting to you for adoption. And then, the town was a defendant of one plaintiff of state and federal ADA violation allegations. Both of those cases have been dismissed in favor of the town. So it never got to the point where we needed to take a legal position. Staff and the attorney were handling it behind the scenes, and both the state and the federal judge or magistrate in the federal case determined there was no merit and it's been dismissed. So, and that is all I have.
Okay. Thank you. Any of the trustees? All right. Moving along, we have item H, our consent agenda items, and for the audience's information, we have tonight April 22, 2026 minutes, April bills and claims, and Region 9 April update. And the consent agenda is heard, well, not heard, but there's a all-encompassing motion, second, and then vote. So they either get approved together or denied together. So I would entertain a motion on our consent agenda items.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Next item up is discussion and action items. Ordinance 792, Series 2026, Jonathan Navarro, expansion of encroachment.
Yes, and Jonathan is here if you have any questions. This is an existing encroachment. The building faces Pioneer Plaza, and for years and years, all of the owners have had an encroachment permit approved by the board because the building sits right up on the property line and the snow sheds onto town property. When El Rio opened up, they used that encroachment to do their outdoor patio. The liquor license is sufficient, they have the map, the state approved it, you approved it, we approved it. So what we are looking to do, what they are looking to do is kind of expand. I don't know how many of you are familiar, so we do have a drawing for you, but if you are facing their outdoor seating space, you'll notice that it's on this concrete square that has always been the subject of the encroachment. What they would like to do is just kind of expand that to both sides of the property, not to come any farther out, but just to expand it, because right now the two sections on either side of that, there's really nothing the town can do
They're
with
blocked
that,
in.
and it would allow them to expand their outdoor space and the food truck and that type of thing. We have absolutely no objection to that. Terry did go over there and look at it. We don't have any infrastructure in there. There is nothing from the staff side that would give us any heartburn. And you, as with all encroachment permits, they are all revocable by a resolution of the board. So these are not, none of these, we have several of these around town, none of these are permanent forever, but it is allowing current owners to take advantage of space that the town cannot use or does not use. So, staff's opinion, we are asking that you approve the expanded encroachment, and then I don't know if Jonah has anything, or if you have any questions for Jonah, but he is here.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. I don't know if he needs answering or if you do, but is this going to block the exit driveway? Okay, and are we losing any more parking spots? Okay.
That space currently is, not even currently, forever and ever, even when, I don't know how many of you remember when Nate's Hat Shop was in there, those spaces are basically unusable. They're not configured properly for parking, so it's always been kind of a dead space. And so no, there's no access issues, like I said here, and unfortunately he couldn't be here, but he did go over and walk the site and look at this, and there are no objections from the works.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
The only thing that I want to, make a point of is, and I think it's obvious, but in this encroachment area, there's nothing can be set permanent. This is all something that, seating, we can move the tables, easy money. The area, everything you have there is mobile, so that if, for some reason you leave, or if it becomes a situation where we decide to revoke it, there's nothing there that's going to be permanent. I just want to make sure that everyone understood.
Yeah, I think that's good to get that on the record.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed. Any other comments, questions? Did you want to say anything, or would you rather not?
That's about it. That's pretty much what we look for.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Okay.
So just to be clear, so we're not minimizing any parking spaces. So is the food truck staying where it is and the seating is expanded up to the food truck? Stay where it's at. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
Good question. All right. If nothing else, I would entertain a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 792, series 2026, an ordinance approving revocable permit number 2026-1 for an encroachment in a public park.
Second?
I'll second.
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay.
I guess there's a lot of sections.
Okay,
Everybody
we have a
wants
motion in 3 seconds. Everybody's excited. So we have a motion and seconds. Will the clerk please call the vote?
Mayor Pro Tem Brett McWhorter.
Aye.
Trustee Andres Esparza.
Aye.
Trustee Daniel Hennett.
Aye.
Trustee Max Loving.
Aye.
Trustee Ed Hall.
Aye.
All right.
So our next steps, staff's next steps, is when the ordinance is executed with all of the signatures and publication dates and stuff, we will record it on Zoom County, and then we will give the property owner a complete copy of that.
Okay. All right. See. That takes care of that. Next item is the request for the Malgosa LLC / Mancos River LLC boundary adjustment.
And again, the property owner's representative is here. So if you guys have any questions, I'll do a quick introduction and a little bit of explanation on that, and then turn it over to you all. This was heard at the planning commission. Because it is a boundary adjustment, a full hearing is not required, so this is not quasi-judicial. Mancos River LLC, which is Sam Hoffman, for those of you who are right here, and Malgosa, which is actually where fence line is located, share a boundary. What they are talking about doing is amending that boundary to allow, to show it correct on the ground. As we all know, in a small town, things change. So all property owners are in agreement. They have all signed the application. We've got agent letters. I've included that in your packet. I have a plat. All new lots will say when the boundaries adjustment, all of those comply with existing buildings, setbacks, sizes, lot coverage, all of that required by our code. There is one hitch on the plat which we are working with the surveyor on, and that is the title commitment. Everything is great. There are 2 easements that are mentioned in the title commitment policy that are not shown on the plat. So we are working with the surveyor to get those easements shown. Because they are easements, they are not going to change the property size or width or anything. So they will still comply with our land use code. It is easement language that needs to be shown on the plat. If you are inclined at the end of this discussion to approve, then I would ask that you approve it conditional upon receiving the updated plat showing, and I've got exact legal language here, which I can provide to you. Other than that, we have no objections. Property owners are in agreement. It doesn't affect anybody else's boundary share sold by those 2 properties. So, and everything will be in compliance with the land use code when it's complete.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have any questions for property representatives.
Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, basically the current lot line cuts right through our outdoor seating, like on those spars along the river. And there's just such a small sliver of Sam Hoffman's property on the south side of the river that it's really unusable to him. And so it's just a really good time to do this because he's in agreement and the property for sale. So we'd like to get it done now while, before anything changes and we have everybody, on the same page.
Yeah.
It's something we wanted to do for years and just never taken care of.
Yeah.
Never was an issue.
Yeah. All right. Any questions, concerns, comments up here?
Nope, it's clear, straightforward.
The new boundary would be the center line of the river. So
Yeah.
For both parties, it's agreed.
Yeah, and that makes sense because that's pretty typical. Okay, so if somebody's so inclined to approve it tonight.
Is it the one that's in here?
No, I changed it a bit based on, so if you are inclined, I would ask for a motion to approve the boundary adjustment between Maldosa LLC and Mavis River LLC for property located at 141 South Main, conditional upon receiving current title insurance, which can't be done until this is done, and an updated plat showing easements outlined in Schedule B, Section 2, items 8 and 11 in the current covenant.
So moved. Catch all that, Brett?
Okay, so, yeah, on something like that where it's read out, we can just do the so moved. So Ed's got the motion.
I'll
Do we have
second.
a second?
I'll second.
Brent's got the second. Will the clerk please call the vote?
Mayor Pro Tem Brett McWhorter.
Aye.
Trustee Andres Esparza.
Aye.
Trustee Daniel Hennett.
Aye.
Trustee Max Levy. Trustee Ed Hill.
Aye.
Okay, well, tonight's the night for bars. Hand-in-hand liquor license renewal.
One thing, once we get that updated language, you will use their planning commission share, we'll see these for signatures. So, just so you know.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
And I will,
Okay, I wasn't sure if we were done talking. Sorry. Wanted to be respectful. So as you guys see on the staff report that their renewal expired on the 28th of April. What happened was the state got mixed up with why they sent their paperwork. So we didn't get it until the 25th. But they did get everything paid for. The state does have a copy of theirs. We just need it to be approved on our level. I was able to give them at least a 30-day extension while we did wait for this to be approved. But other than that, we haven't had any issues with them.
Okay. Yes, okay.
That was my only question.
Yeah. All right. Any other comments, concerns, questions? All right. Look for a motion in a second.
I'll make a motion to approve. It's all yours, Max. You got this.
Do it.
I make a motion to approve Hand in Hand Shop LLC liquor license renewal and authorize the deputy clerk to submit the renewal application to the Department of Revenue.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the vote?
Mayor Pro Tem Brett McWhorter.
Aye.
Trustee Andres Esparza.
Aye.
Trustee Daniel Hennett.
Aye.
Trustee Max Levy.
Aye.
Trustee Ed Hill.
Aye.
All righty. Items for the May 27, 2026 meeting.
we may have the livestock ordinance finalized and over to you, roosters and bees. And it's limited to roosters and bees.
Can't have my herd of cats, huh?
It's just the language in the
Or
ordinance
ducks.
is going to be roosters and bees. Yeah. So that may, if we have cans, that we may see that.
Are we
You
no
may
bees or
see-
pro bees?
I'm
Or
sorry?
no bees, no bees.
No bees, no roosters. There was significant discussion at the planning commission level regarding cockerels. Baby roosters that don't crow. I will be very honest with you, at the meeting I said, how is staff supposed to enforce that?
Your birth
Like,
certificate.
how are we supposed to know when someone has a baby male roost anyway? So we just said, no roosters in town, no bees in town. So you will be seeing kind of some updated language to our code, at the next meeting. And then potentially, if we can review legal and stuff in time, Clear Networks has purchased Fast Track. So Clear Networks is going to be occupying our CNO room. I'm working on that lease. We have a standard form of lease agreement with all of our tenants in there, so that's at my level. But they have asked for an additional easement in the back here. They have an easement. They're asking for an additional easement to install redundant infrastructure. So if one line gets cut, nobody loses service. And the reason for that is Vegas is the hub for Clear Networks system between Cortez, Dolores, and Shooting Mountain. So we're working on that easement language to make sure the town is protected. Because, you know, they're asking for the moon and stars and we're not there yet. So we're working on that. But you may see that at the next meeting. Redundancy in internet is always a great idea, so we absolutely are for that project. We just want to make sure that the town is protected, with that easement. So
Yeah.
you may see that on the next agenda. If not the next agenda, it'll be the first meeting.
Okay. And I just wanted to add, like on the bee thing, they used to be prohibited, except for on, I think, agricultural properties of a certain size. Yeah, something like that, which would put it outline. And then somehow that went away when we redid the code, so,
So just have to move.
yeah, move and take reins. Okay. Yeah.
Stay the beach guy though.
All right, then anybody else have items that you want on the agenda?
Anything for the next workshop?
Do you already have a theme for the next workshop, or are you?
No, that's what
leaving
she's
it
asking.
open?
I don't have any, I can
Okay.
always find something for you guys to talk about.
How late would you want an email
in
about?
mind?
I don't have it.
She's got a hat with a bunch of pieces of paper in it.
Would you want it by Wednesday prior to the Wednesday meeting?
Yes, please, I would need it by next Wednesday, a week from today.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If not, if I don't hear from any help, I'll just go back to my little list. Okay.
Okay. All right, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.